talk about why people can't get over their ex, or somebody they slept with, or somebody they like. There's levels, I get it. I also understand that there's different ways, or no, I also understand that there's different reasons, different ways why people broke up with somebody. So that plays a part too. So I'm probably not going to hit everything in the video, but I'm just going to come off the dome of what comes in my mind. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. That's why I make part 2s and 3s and whatever the case. I feel like number one, the first thing people do is try to replace their ex. Why is this a problem? Because when you break up with somebody, especially somebody you really cared about, been with them together, blah, blah, blah. When you break up with them and then you try to find somebody else to heal that comfort, what I call painkiller, you try to find you a painkiller, what really happens is you just start thinking about your ex more. You start comparing them to your ex, especially sex. Oh, you have sex with somebody. Now you're thinking about your, it's just, I'm not saying like maybe their sex is better than your ex. I don't know. But the point is, it's still going to make you feel like think about your ex. Just being around another woman or man does this. That's why I tell people, when you break up, don't even go after nobody else. But nobody going to do that, I know. So there's no point in me even saying this in the video. But that is the best way to do it, man. When you break up with somebody, maybe if y'all just talking for a while, you broke up with them, and you really not, let's say this, if it's somebody you can't get over, the last thing you should do is get with somebody else. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. The only way I agree is if you find somebody that you could see a lot of potential in, but I would tell them like, hey, I'm trying to get over my ex, so take your time with me. Just be real with them. That's the only way. But all trying to rush and be with them like you was just with your ex, good luck with that. All it's going to do is make you think about what your last relationship even more. That's why when I break up with a woman, I usually go celibate. Because having sex with somebody else is going to make me think about that girl even more. Another thing, y'all want to be friends with your ex and all this shit. You don't want to let them go. Some of y'all have kids by them, that's different. But if you don't have kids by somebody, why are you still calling them, keeping tabs on them? Why are you allowing them to keep coming back around? Because that happens too. So how you going to get over somebody when you, only thing happens, y'all start talking, it's going to open the wound again. Some of y'all still having sex with your ex, trying to get over them, trying to use them as a rebound and all this other shit. Another reason I believe is, I feel like this is the main reason. I believe this is the biggest reason why people can't get over their ex. Or, whatever, relationship, whatever. Somebody they sleep with, whatever. Because they still think that person is who they thought they was. So they're in love with this imaginary person, or maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was who they used to be. But more than likely, it's somebody who they fronted and they had a mask on. But let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. It was somebody they used to be, right? And you're still in love with that. Or you're still in love with that relationship that used to be, not what it is. So when you're not around them, you're thinking about who you thought they was and all this other shit instead of the woman or man that cheated on you or whatever the fuck they did. You're not thinking about who they really are. You're thinking about who you thought they was, and that's the problem. If you would just accept like, all right, this is who they was. They showed me that they cheated on me or whatever the fuck. This is who they are. If you accept that and stop going back to this woman or man that you thought they was and this imaginary person you in love with, you'd be all right. But most people can't do that, or they do it for a couple of days or something. Then it comes back to them the feeling of who they thought that person was again. It's like a revolving deception. Like you understand for a while, you be like, all right, I got it. This is who they are. I'm good. Then you start to you forget, and you're so used to thinking that this is who they are, how you feel about them, like in your mind and all this shit. It comes back because you've been doing it for so long. Especially you've been with them for years. naturally in your mind how you feel about them and how you feel about them basically. That shit, it don't just leave out your mind. Even if they just cheated yesterday. So if it's a woman that I thought was the best woman in the world, I'm about to be married to her, blah, blah, blah. Even if she just cheated yesterday, if my mind been telling me this shit for the last fucking 5 years or something, that shit ain't going to just go right away. Your mind has to be adjusted to the reality that you just found out about the person or who they are. That's friends too. That ain't just relationships. That's friends and everything. That's somebody you thought was something and you find out they not, right? So I guess, man, I feel like if people would just focus on themselves and understand that who they was with, show them who the fuck they really are, they'd be all right. But then you have some people who fucked up. Let's not act like people don't fuck up. And I'm talking about you really fucked up, not like you just wasn't perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm talking about you really fucked up. You picked some other guy, some girl or something like that, whatever the case may be. And you realize that the one you was with was better. Yeah, that's going to be, I don't know, you might not ever get over that shit. Only thing I can tell you is, you know, if you ever get a chance again, don't fuck it up this time. That's all I can tell you. That's why some women, you'll hear some women say, that's why some women and men don't want to let go of their exes. Because they feel like they see their exes trying to do better and they like, oh, nah, fuck that. I had to put up with all that. I helped build this motherfucker. But nah, they ain't about to get the best version of you. Man, don't even be childish about it. Fuck it. Who gives a fuck, right? Just become the best version of yourself so whoever you end up with gets a better version of you than your ex had. That's all you gotta do. Don't even worry about that shit. Don't even worry about the jealousy. You know what I mean? I already know. Any relationship I'm in, I'm almost certain a woman, when she leaves, she gonna have somebody before me, and that's fine. I already know it. I already expect it. Because I will not be in no rush to try to replace something. Can't replace that. Not saying that there's not a better woman than the one you was with, or man, vice versa, if you're a woman. I'm not saying that, but you really can't replace somebody you was with, man, especially when you feel a certain way. You know, a lot of people in their feelings, and then they go get with somebody else, but they're not over that person yet. It's cool if y'all just want to kick it. You know what? The only way I say that it's all right for somebody to just get with somebody else immediately is if both, this is key word, both people have basically got out of a relationship and they're trying to find something new. That might work because y'all both are basically in the same situation. So y'all both might end up being to each other basically something to help them get past a time, and you get what I'm saying, get you past that time in your life. But if it's one or the other, if it's just one person, that's not fair, man. That's the only way I say that is if you tell them, hey, I'm still kind of fucked up from my ex and shit, just take your time with me. That's fair because they know, and then you are taking your time with them, and you will actually get to genuinely like them. But if you try to rush and all this shit, you're not going to be able to feel the full effect of them and none of that. You rushing and all this shit, and your ex come back around, you're going to probably go sleep with them or kick it with all that bullshit, man. It ain't even worth it. And then you got some people who think their ex is better than them. I see men sometimes doing this shit. Keep going back to the woman. You know she cheated on you over and over again. But every time she come back with her little deception, smiling, beautiful face or whatever, you fall right back in it. Think it's going to be different next time. Same thing with y'all women. You think it's going to be different next time. Just because a person come back around over and over. Because you think, in your mind, they coming back around because they care so much. But a lot of y'all got narcissistic exes, and what they doing is they playing, and they already out sleeping with somebody else, man. They just coming back to you because they don't want you to move on, or, you know, to be nosy, same thing, or it didn't work out with them. You know what I mean? So now I'm back. But I'm going to act like I cared about you so fucking much. But yet they the ones that cheated and during a relationship or left you or whatever. This is why they get over y'all so easy, man. People who don't care about you, been cheating the whole time in relationships and shit. That's why you still hurt and can't stop thinking about them, and they gone. They with somebody else. They don't care. They only coming back to you to keep you liking them. They only hitting you up to keep you liking them. They're evil. They're evil. They're not who you think they was, and that's the problem. You keep reverting back to who you think they was instead of who the fuck they really are. Then I guess you can have some relationships that, you know, it just didn't work out. But I don't know, man. I think it's always somebody who did something, you know what I mean, cheat or something. I find it hard to believe that two people who really cared about each other, it just didn't work out. Like, nothing happened in the relationship, it just didn't work out. I don't know about that, because I feel like them people will try to work that shit out some way, you know what I mean? But that's what they doing, man. You know, especially the ones that been cheating. As soon as y'all break up, they already been out the door. That you was just there until they found somebody else. That's why they not hurt. That's why they don't give a fuck. You think they do. You so worried about they care about you and all. Man, they don't care. They showed you. Accept it. And that's what it is. You better accept it, because if you don't, you're going to go back into la-la land. And this is where we get caught up at. You know, this is where I've been caught up at before. And you go back to la-la land and you start believing you start having those feelings of who you thought they was and shit. And those feelings are real. Therefore, all it takes is a little bit of train of thought for you to get back in la-la land and thinking that they are who the fuck they aren't. It's just the fucking truth, man. Accept them for who the fuck they are. You ain't got to hate them. I don't hate no ex. I just accept them for who they are. If you did this before, it's bound you're going to do it again. Why the fuck would you not do it again? What's going to stop you? Not a fucking thing. You can't say, oh, well, because I'm a good woman or man and this or that. That don't matter. If it mattered, it would have mattered the first time, people. Did it matter then? Nope. They still did what they did, didn't they? It is what it is. Some people are just going to do what they do, man. And also, y'all got to understand, this is another big thing that people don't get. Hell yeah, this is a good one. They don't understand that part of breaking up is pain, like healing. It's pain. That's part of breaking up. You got to go through that. If you don't want to go through that, all you're going to do is go into the feelings of an ex and a false narrative of who they are. You got to go through that pain. So just go through it, get it over with. Don't use other people. Don't resort to drugs and all this other shit. Just you, God, and your purpose. Stay busy. Stay getting money. That's what you do. I mean, what's wrong with that? Getting a lot of money can change your whole life. Now you can go take vacations, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Y'all get the point. Money ain't everything, but damn, what else you gonna do? Sit around crying about your ex? Fuck that. Pick up a extra route or something. Do something. But stop trying to replace people with people. As soon as you break up with somebody, oh, let me go get somebody else, right? And the only way like I say, if you're gonna do that, if you're the type that always gotta have a man or woman, at least take your time with them. Don't just rush and shit, man, because it ain't genuine. Your feelings ain't even there. You bringing a half a heart to somebody. Shit, some of y'all bringing this much of a heart to somebody. You still completely in love with your baby daddy or something. But you don't want to go through the process of letting your heart heal to become big again. You want to come to him with this small heart and this much feelings. This is why some women, you could be a perfect man to them, or man, sometimes you could be a perfect woman to them, right? And they can't even reciprocate because they so caught up in the feelings of what the last person had done and all this other shit. This is why people got to take breaks after relationships, man. It's so important. I promise y'all, you will not regret it if you take a break after a relationship. You're going to discover shit about yourself that you never knew, and it's going to make you a better person. Not just for yourself, for the next person at that. And you actually learn you get time to yourself to realize, okay, why I shouldn't pick, or what happened. You know, if you don't take time to yourself, you never analyze. You never sit back and analyze what you could have done better, why you shouldn't have picked them, what was good about them, what's bad, all this shit. People don't do that, though. They just go next person I'm attracted to and expect some type of magic to happen to where the same shit won't happen again. And we wonder why we constantly see everybody breaking up all over this motherfucker, man. We wonder. I guess it never crossed nobody's fucking mind, I guess. I'm telling y'all, man, take your time. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing's wrong. You ain't gonna miss out. How you gonna miss out on something that's meant for you? become a better person, you're going to attract better. What's the worst that can happen? This is where that self-love come in, where, yeah, it hurts. Okay, I'm alone. I'm lonely. They did me wrong. Fuck, I'm hurt. But that self-love, though, that shit'll trump that shit. Damn, I'm down today. It's like you've been punched in the face, right? You're like, but I'm good. Fuck it. It's like a boxer been punched in the face. Damn, that shit got me. Fuck it, I'm good. I'm good. Let's keep going. You know what I mean? Shake that shit off, man. Never let nobody own your soul. That's what it is. When you get to the point that where you can't even think or function because some man or woman, they own your fucking soul. Get that soul to God, so God can fix it and rebuild you to something better, and give you someone better at that. In the end, but it don't even. Some people need to be content with not having somebody forever. That don't mean it's going to happen, but be content. Like, all right, it's good. I ain't worried about it. If I don't get nobody, fuck it. Because if you don't, you're going to start trying to force shit, try to talk to people you might not like, and this and that. You know what I mean? Y'all get the point, man. You'll start becoming desperate and all this other shit. Don't become unlovable either, though. Some people out here, that's what they doing. They unlovable. They feeling they self way too much. And nothing is wrong with feeling yourself a lot, but you still gotta be lovable to a person. You can't be like, oh shit, I ain't never gonna hit them up. They better, I'm a boss. And nah, that's too much, man. You know what I'm saying? And stay single if that's the case. But yeah, man, I think that's about it, man. People rushing to get in a relationship with somebody else. All that does is make you think about them more. I've seen it happen with my own eyes, man. Like if I break up with a woman and then I become single, right? And I just spend some time to myself. If I don't spend enough time, let's just say it's only been a couple weeks. I'm telling you right now, when you get around other women, you're going to start thinking about your fucking ex, man. You might even start thinking about who they with. See, that's a problem. But if you just stay to yourself, you know what I mean, for the most part, that don't happen. But it's just the presence of another woman or man that by default, you're a human being. By default, if you care, you're going to start thinking about them. Now them, if they don't care, they laughing and joking, high-fiving everything. It's all good. They don't care. They got new dick, new pussy. They don't care. But in the end, they going to care because it's not going to work out for them. But then again, I ain't going to feed y'all that false narrative. They might not ever care, but they'll probably come back. Once their bullshit starts to turn, the table starts to turn, they'll come back and act like they care and all this and all that. It's just a fucking wolf in sheep clothing, man. Pet cemetery is what it is. Imagine that. That's what it is, people. Your ex left for a reason. They thought you wasn't good enough. Period, man. You can say whatever the fuck you want. They can say whatever the fuck they want when they come back with all their excuses, because they coming. They coming back with a whole shitload of them. It wasn't me, and if that don't work, if the guilt trip don't work, they're gonna start blaming you. Wait, not the guilt trip. That is blaming you. If the pity don't work, if the pity don't work, let me try this guilt trip shit. Oh, he or she ain't falling for the pity shit. Let me start blaming them. That's what they do. I'm just giving y'all with the fucking truth, man. This is what they do. And I know when y'all be watching my videos, like a lot of y'all, man, y'all be like, damn, this motherfucker is right. He is right. But it ain't really me that's right. It's just life that's right. And if you analyze life, or if you experience certain things in life, which we all experience pretty much the same shit, just different ways, it's still the same shit, right? Then you're going to know, man, like, yeah, this makes sense. But, you know, once you get in your feelings, now that kind of takes away from your intelligence. That's the problem. That is the problem. But, you know, a lot of people don't get that. So, you know, your feelings can have, you see a woman in bed with another guy, and your feelings will tell you she didn't do it when she says that this or that happened or whatever the fuck. Or you see the dude in her phone or something. Man, a woman could burn you. I didn't sleep with nobody. Your feelings will make you believe that shit. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe something happened somehow, some way. I'm trying to tell you, man. And you ain't fuck nobody. Feelings will have motherfuckers that deceived. I'm just giving y'all examples. You could be a black dude with a black woman, you have a white baby, and she'll fucking convince you somehow it's just some type of shit. Well, that's not a good point, because black people can have lighter baby. Let's say you're a white dude. That ain't happening. A baby look like me, ain't happening. But, you know, it's happened, though. Women convinced, man, hey, nah, man, it's your baby and this and that. Your feelings will make you believe that shit. But anyways, man, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. That's what it is. A lot of y'all are trying to bring another man or woman into presence, and it doesn't work that way. The only way that would work is if you take time with that person, or y'all both are going through the same thing, maybe. Then y'all both could be basically each other's rebound, which ultimately offsets anybody being a rebound, because that could ultimately, y'all could love each other forever just for meeting each other at that time. But when one person is the one that just left and not the other, this is not good. It's like one's ready, they got a full heart and everything, they ain't gonna worry about no ex, and then you not. It's not good. Only way is time, so you catch up with them. But nobody want to do that, though. Nobody want to take time, man. Everybody act like, you know, it's got to be now and this and that. I get it, man. If you like somebody and all this, I get it, man. But I don't know. One more thing. I believe this might be a big one too. You just gotta forgive them, man. Though, do not start hating them. I promise you, if you start hating them, now they live in your head rent free. Because anger, remember this shit. Feelings for somebody is feelings, whether they're good or bad. Remember that. And they basically have the same type of effect. So it don't matter if you thinking about how much you hate them or love them. They still in your fucking head. That's why you got to forgive them, so you can be free. That don't mean you gotta talk to them ever again. You ain't gotta be friends, but you got to forgive them. If you don't, you're basically holding on to bad feelings for them, which is basically, it's still feelings, just like good feelings. It's the same fucking thing. It's the same thing, y'all. You gotta forgive them. That way there's no feelings after so long. After so long, no feelings. But all this, I hate my ex and my baby daddy and all this, that's a woman, or and vice versa with a man. Any woman or man that really hates an ex, this is a problem. That's feelings. That's feelings, y'all. And usually, once you don't really care about somebody no more, or what they did, you don't hate them no more. So let that sink in. Example, all the shit that ex has done to me, I don't care now. Back then, when I cared about them and wanted them and all that, yeah, I cared. But now that I don't really care, why don't I really care? Because I really don't want them. You see how that works? So it don't bother me no more what they did. I'm not mad over it. You know how they say if a woman stops arguing with you, she no longer cares? That shit. So beware of men or women that are mad at talking, venting to you about their ex constantly 24/7. Beware, because that's a sign of feelings. But I'm gonna let y'all go, man. You know, I gotta eat my food before it get cold. I hope y'all have a great day, man. And self-love, and rewind this video. I'm not going through it over again. I'm sure I touched on enough. Maybe part 2 one day, but yeah, man, that's basically it, man. It's mind over matter at the end of the day. Them feelings gonna come, y'all. You not getting away from them feelings. That's part of the process. Just like success, failure is part of it. Well, just like getting over an ex, hurting is part of it. You're gonna regret shit. All that's a part of it. Just soak that shit in and then let it go. But if you hide from it, use blunts and whatever the fuck you doing to hide from it, that shit's still gonna be there. It ain't going nowhere because you never dealt with it. Deal with it immediately so you'll get over it. And don't use men, women, or other things to get over it. Don't. I'm not saying just sit at home and never talk to a woman or man or none of that. But I wouldn't be all deep and moving fast, and I wouldn't do all that. Not good. Mainly though, I would just focus on my purpose. Try to get a lot of money and things like that, because that could change your kid's life, your life. You know what I mean? You take vacations, whatever. You know, life. You only got one life. Ain't no way you should be sitting around crying over somebody who don't give a fuck about you, man. They only act like it. That was a mask. Maybe they cared at one point or whatever. Who knows? The point is, if they done some grimy ass shit, there's no way they cared about you, man. There's no way I'm going to cheat on a woman I care about. I don't give a fuck what no man says. I don't care what no woman says. All men cheat. No way I'm cheating on a woman I care about. It's not happening. Because you know why? Because I believe in God and karma. Guess what? You know what else? If I do this, she's probably going to find out. And it's probably going to come back on me. So no, I'm not doing this. Because I don't want nobody to fuck her. You see how that works? Same thing, vice versa. So miss me with that bullshit. You could cheat on somebody you care about. Yeah, you could care about them, but you don't really want them. That's what it really is. Because if you did, you'd be coming straight to their ass for sex. You'd be wanting to please them and be pleased by them. I don't want you to suck my dick. I want the woman I want to suck my dick. Big difference. Big difference, man. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all believe in that bullshit men be telling y'all, or what women be telling y'all. Oh, her head hurts and all that bullshit. If she really like you and she really into you, she gonna wanna be pleased by you, man. And another thing that a lot of women do is, just because her body there don't mean she didn't check out. That's what a lot of men don't get. So a lot of your exes already checked out. And you sitting around crying and shit because you didn't realize that that's not how women move. They're already plotting. They're already moving out the door. They just ain't walked away yet. And men, you do this shit too a lot of times. So don't get it twisted. I'm out, man.